Welcome to the High-Tech Investments News Report for week 44. The news report covers some of the many investments projects High-Tech Investments is currently involved in so you can follow our progress. We hope you will enjoy this news feed and look forward to your comments and remarks.
Hi, Bo here and welcome back to this week's news report that once again we are looking at weekly profits, but on top of this we are also looking at monthly profits. Obviously we have now entered a new month, and that means that we can look back to the entire month of October for all our EAs, see exactly how well they have done, and all of them have actually done quite well. One that stands out compared to what we have previously seen for a previous month is the Money 3. It's looking very good. It has been cashing in quite well, both in the last couple of weeks, but also overall in the past month. And we're going to have a look at those results and obviously all the other results from our EAs and from the other platforms. There is a bit of news here and there, and obviously we're going to cover all of it as usual for you. So let's get started, and we're going to start off here with the yield notes. There's not much news out of yield notes, unfortunately. Nothing new from the CEO. No new videos here. All we have to just remind you again here is that the claim for the deadline extension is end of the year. The NFT can be extended. And even though this is still not mandatory, so you can keep it there, you don't really have to move it. We definitely encourage you to go and have a look, and you can see one of the links that you have on the screen here now. Go and have a look, see exactly what it means for you, if you want to do it or if you don't. It is entirely up to you, and as it says so far, there's no extra cost related to this particular part. Now we also have our Decenomy Coins, so obviously they are still there. Previously we had them on the iHostMM website. Then that pretty much stopped for the shared masternoding. The full masternode is still very much running. But now we are looking at staking instead, and the first one we did was actually stake the SAP coin in here, and then the PNY and the BIREC we still have to do. But what we had from iHostMM was basically deposits are currently disabled, and it looked like this. So we transferred obviously the coins back into our wallet and started staking, and we have shown that in the previous weeks, and you can see that in the red circles. It came in very nicely in the beginning, so about every 2 days, and then it stopped again. We were not exactly sure why. It has started, but only with one particular one in the yellow frame up here. And again, nothing since then. So very unstable on the staking side. We have been doing this before. And now that we had more than 17,000 SAP, as you can see, then we thought this would be pretty okay, pretty stable. But obviously still not enough. We will have to see how the next couple of weeks goes, and obviously we'll report to you exactly how things are working out. The other thing that is not working out is the PNY. At the moment we also have about 15,260 for that, and we haven't received any profits whatsoever yet, which is quite disappointing. But again, we are not exactly sure when that's gonna come in, if it's gonna come in. We thought that we would have enough coins to activate this particular part here too, but obviously we have to be a bit patient and wait and see how it comes in. Normally staking, it should come in somewhere around every 2 or 3 days, depending on the type of coins. But again, we are not really an expert on it. All we can do is report what exactly we are having at the moment. But of course we can report and have a look at Bitcoin versus USD, because obviously a lot of things has happened in the past week. When we left things last time, we were around 34,300, and since then it has actually reached a new high at almost 36,000 US dollars. So that actually happened just a few days ago here, and we can also see here now that since then things has calmed down a bit again, and at the moment it's trading around $34,738. So it is trending slightly upwards, even though it is still in a band where you can also say that it's trading sideways. So it'll be interesting to see if it's gonna be able to break out of that one anytime soon. BNB versus US dollars is a bit similar. We left it also here last time at about 226 last week. Since then it has now reached an all-time high. That was actually just a few hours ago after we shot this video at 236. So it is on the move again. Don't forget, we used to be beyond $300 with BNB. So it still has a long way to go. And that was actually with Bitcoin even lower than what we had since last time. A quick look at the Trillant news. And there is this particular week a bit of a question mark to everything, and a bit of a disappointing question mark if you ask me. The question itself is that we receive a lot of inquiries about what happened when the 52 weeks of staking has expired, which is actually coming up very, very soon also for us in here. And the post basically goes, first let's take a brief look back. At the end of August 2022, the assessment for the company itself transferred to the new Trillant dashboard here. And then at that cost at the time, it was 5 cents for every credit dollar. And you got 20 trill, the Trillant value token. Those who put them into long-term staking got the profits as previously promised with double valuation. So we are again talking about the 52 weeks. Where you are getting 50% out of it at the end of the day. This resulted in the profits being calculated as if the Trillant were already worth 10 cents from the beginning. So definitely this is also true. So that is what happened. And then it says here in the early days, the price on the stock exchange has risen to all-time high of 22.95 cents. And it also happened that the company first offered the option to renew the staking package in November 2022. So yes, we were all looking forward to that one very much. This meant that the already existing package could be staked again for the terms of the 52 weeks to get the valuation of the 13 cents in return. Definitely a very and good positive sign, especially in the early days here. Those who followed that was happening closely and reacted quickly, took the chance and secured the very decent professional markup of 30% per week. And then you started basically your staking for another 52 weeks. And we also did that part. Some community members have diligently bought 3 from their weekly profits since then. Now, obviously, you can now read also what's on the screen here, because this is basically the reply to their own question in here. And when I look at it here, it's pretty much just what I call a word salad. A lot of different words put together. It doesn't really mean anything, doesn't say anything. All we know here is that it's coming to an end, similar to what you see on the screen here. So our packages here is now running up 49 weeks out of the 52. Once that is over, well, pretty much you can get the money out as it is right now, unless you go in on the new add-on packages here, which we haven't done because we are losing a bit of faith in this particular project here. So until we can get that money out, we're not going to pump anything new in there at all. That's just the way we feel about things here at the moment. Now, if you have a look at coinstore.com also, we can see that the tree, and this is the token that is actually variable. You can see the graph, it has gone up quite well. Last week we were at 0.0003075. Since then it has gone up to 0.0005400. That is obviously a good sign and an improvement, but we are still very far away, as you can see, from the 5 or 10 cents or even the 13 cents that we previously had. And at the end of the day, if we can't get the money out, then the platform is actually worth nothing to us. What is worth something to us is definitely how Money Tree is developing. So for week 44 here, we can see the low risk account that we have in here has made $270 or 4.0%. The medium risk account also quite well with 329 or 6.5%. And then the high risk topping off this particular week with $341 or 8.6%. Definitely something to be very happy about when it comes to a Money Tree. And also, if we have a look at overall for the month of October, you can see that most of the profit actually lies in the last week here. The low risk account did quite well, $527 or 8.3%. Medium risk, $555 or 11.7%. And then the high risk one actually came in a bit lower, $460 or 12.2%. A couple of the individual accounts Some of them closed, especially on the medium risk one, where it didn't close on the high risk, which basically went into a bit of a drawdown. And we are waiting for the final numbers, obviously, for some of these accounts again to close, and hopefully with a nice fat profit at the end of the day. Profit Retriever is also doing well for week 44. The top 5 EAs you see on the screen here is the US 30 number 2 index, and it seems to find its way up there almost all the time. $849 or 8.5%. The second US 30 signal that we have in here, $798 or 8.0%. And then we have the gold in here, also at $318 or 3.2%. Euro USD, $265 or 2.7%. And then silver is closing off the top 5 with $257 or 2.6%. Overall, if you would have traded those top 5 EAs for the past week, you would have made $2,486 or 5.0%. That is definitely a very nice profit for the week. Having a closer look at the top 5 EAs when it comes to the entire month of October, then we can see that gold has done extremely well. It has been in drawdowns back a few months. Since then, it has certainly come back with a nice vengeance, $2,154 or 21.5% for that particular month. So that is very nice profits overall. The FTSE 100 index also very, very close to the gold here with $2,141 or 21.4%. And then we have the other one that is normally occupying the top 5, the Aussie Japanese number 2 signal in here. Also did well with $1,852 or 8.5%. And the second Aussie Japanese signal in here also did well, $1,707 or 17.1%. And then the last lockout, again, the US 30 number 2 index here, $1,326 or 13.3%. Overall, those 5 signals alone provided $9,180 or 18.4%. So very, very strong indication here on the metal and index side this time around. Now we can obviously have a closer look at our portfolio where we have 25 EAs currently working. I mentioned also last week that we had a bit of a crash, and that's actually why also you see October we only ended up with just north of $10,000 on the account overall, because we lost around 6 since then. The account has gone back into plus again after the margin call in here, and you can see it has already recovered. When you look at the arrows up here, we have already surpassed once again, and even when we have a look at November, we can see the November is also looking good. Only a few trading days so far, but we are already up by 2,900. So again, the strength of basically building the portfolio with these Profit Retriever EAs seems to work out quite nicely. And have a look at the history that we have now, 596 days in here. And I can tell you also the overall equity has gone past 500,000 here now. Very, very great to see. And still, that is when we started off with just 250,000. So it has doubled on the portfolio overall. We know that some are doing even better, but we believe that this is one of the most safe and secure ways of doubling your accounts in here. And you could obviously do even better if you would have taken some of the money off and created new accounts. So that is not part of this particular equation here, and that's also why you see the monthly returns are fairly low at only 8.4%. It should most probably be somewhere between 10 to 15% instead. Now you can find more details and information on our website, where we have different FTMO accounts. This was basically just set up as a testing. And then obviously we also have the Profit Retriever portfolio overview, the one I just showed you here before. So you can go and have a closer look at that. And you can obviously have a look at some of the information also we provide when it comes to trading the accounts. If you are trading index or metal, what we are suggesting to basically use, and if you are using cents accounts, you can find more details and information about that in here too. Now, we also made a video last week, and this was the top 10 results going over the Profit Retriever, where we're always looking 4 weeks back. And in that particular review, we actually made about $13,000 and then a bit. So if you are interested in which are the signals that are good, which are the ones that are very positive over time and stable for that matter, then definitely this is the video to watch. And obviously, if you want to trade the Profit Retriever itself, you can also find a lot more details on our website. You go to the Profit Retriever Trading, it will show you a lot of detailed videos from ourselves and also some from Expert Forex and Alex in here. And if you are more into the copy link service, you simply click the other link here and head over, where we also try and help you set up some of the information that is required, also some of the programming that are in here, so to make sure that you are getting well underway in your new trading career. You could also be well underway with the Trade Explorer, especially that one has done quite well and continues to do so. You can see the 22 pair account we had is $245 or 1.4% in the past week. The 10 pair one has been a bit more aggressive and have done better with $353 or 2.0%. But if you have a look at the monthly results again here for October, you can see they're very much equal at the end of the day. 22 pair made $1,039 or 6.1%. And the 10 pair one, $1,109 or 6.7%. So again, they are pretty much even over time. But however, we do see that the drawdowns for the 22 pairs seems to be slightly lower. So definitely at some points than the 10 pair one. The 10 pair one is slightly more aggressive. Now, we also told you last week that we have some Wave Forex Liberator EAs running, and this is again a picture from the MQL 5 that we have in here. It can show you the profits we have, and the profits might look a bit low, you know, 2%, 5%, 6%. These ones are set up on $10,000 accounts. And then we try basically to keep the drawdown below the 5%. It's not always possible, but in the beginning we obviously try to do some forward testing, and then we run additional tests. And you can see that some of the draft that we have here is definitely working out okay. We can see one is still at 0, another one 3, 3, and 4 here. And we have one that's gone slightly over 6%, and also had one here that definitely ran off. We are testing them on individual accounts. And if we have a closer look at just one of those accounts, we can see this one has done about 5%. Maximum drawdown is 3, as it's said here. It is running 100% by itself, so that is why it's saying 100% up here. Profitable trades quite high, 74%. Losing trades, therefore, about 25.5%. And then trading activity is set for that particular platform here, about 79.9%. And max deposit load is as low as 1.3, really, really low. Development of the accounts, very linear. Again, this has something to do with the way the robot trades in here with the grid and the what some people call martingale. We are not doubling up here, so there's a lot more to it than that. But then look at the drawdowns for the account so far. The highest point was 3%. After that, we can see there has been a few small little highs, but mostly it has been lows, and it looks extremely promising as it is right now. And that is also what Alex from Expert Forex is going through in this particular video here. Liberty trading robots are taking off. You can see how well they are. And similar to what I just showed you here before with the MQL5, you can actually trade it on a $1,000 account instead. So our signal here. And that would also mean that instead of just making 1 or 2% every month, you will now be making maybe 15 or 25% instead. That is also a bit what Alex is talking about in these particular videos here, where he's showing where you can find more about this EA. And last but not least, he's also showing a few accounts. This is on FX Blue, and that is also something similar that we're gonna actually add into the equation here in the future. So just wait and see, and we will publish that very, very shortly. And that's what we had for you in this week's news report. We hope you enjoyed it as always. We hope you managed to basically take in all the news here, and hopefully there will be more news, there will be more information, and I hope to see you around for that one too. So until next time, bye-bye.
I hope you enjoyed our news report. So please don't forget to like and add your comment below, as we would love to get your feedback. But before you go, make sure you subscribe to the channel and don't forget to keep the notification bell turned on. That way you will never miss any of our future videos. We hope to see you back on this channel very soon.